great peace, Shakoki. So the question was asked, why are so many Chinese and East Indians coming to Africa? They're going to compete with the rest of the globe to get resources. And one of the top leading resources right now is agriculture, students, like you guessed it. Um, I want to know, why are the corrupt leaders allowing this to happen? The corrupt leadership, agriculture, education, um, tourism, all this stuff, right? You just allow open borders to Asian countries. And right now they're arguing in the Supreme Court about um, birthright citizenship. Birthright citizenship. Um, we know birthright citizenship is a controversial topic, and it's going to be continued to be debated. It's very in heated discussions right now. Um, I kind of look at it this way simply. Not many are going to discuss the truthfulness behind it. As you look at Indian tribes, tribal governments, they're not exempt. Um, People who are exempt, AA, African Americans, Black Americans, because this is the government that they founded in 1776 to stop political wars going on around the world. Um, and, we're going to find ourselves in a situation where we're going to be trying to compete with the rest of the world if we don't catch up right now. Because as we see, if China gets a foothold in Africa, as they're doing right now, East Indians get a foothold in America and also in Africa, that's going to be a huge problem, And as we know, it's men who leave. It's not necessarily the women who leave. The women, they usually stay. And there's villages in Africa right now where the kids are running around and they're like half, you know, Chinese. You know what I mean? Like all the children. So like that's a problem too. I don't really get the idea behind allowing, you know, citizenship from students abroad, to come and study when you have uh, people who are in the villages, right, who don't necessarily have the support from the government as is. Um, and we need the support. We need the support. I'll say like invite African Americans over. You know, invite them over so they can build what they need to build for just them. Because if you're inviting Asians over and stuff like that and Europeans, then this is going to leave a sour taste in the mouth of African Americans when they finally get to see like, okay, I do need to be going this direction. They're not going to want to go then. They're not. They're not going to want to go. I think, what's her name? The Supreme Court Justice, the black lady. She did a phenomenal job today in the court when she was arguing, the semantics of the past rulings that went around birthright citizenship. So I was very, impressed by what she was saying. Um, she made it seem very simple. The guy who was on the other end of it, he didn't know what was going on. I think his name was John Soar, something like that. He didn't know what was going on. So yeah, they're coming for your spot, and again, if someone lands in your country, this is them trying to start a fight. You know what I mean? This is them starting a fight. They land in your country, and the women are the first subject. So, unfortunately, so I'll just say that much. Great peace, Yakoki.